On 27 January 2026, India and Europe quietly signed one of the biggest trade deals in the modern history, a deal covering 2 billion people, 25% of global GDP, and over 90% of trade value. This is India-UV Free Trade Agreement, and it could be reshape India's economy for decades. Finalized at the India-UV Summit, this agreement creates one of the world's largest free trade zone. Once ratified, it will come into force by early 2027, cutting tariffs, opening services, and locking in long-term investments rule. India's biggest winners: textiles, apparel, leather, gems, chemical engineering goods, tea, coffee, and spices. Europe gets access to India's massive market for luxury cars, machinery, medical devices, wine, and pharmaceuticals, but with calibrated protection for India's sensitive sectors like dairy, ceramic, and poultry. First 90% of Indian export to UV become duty-free. That instantly boosts competition against Bangladesh and Vietnam. Second job, textile alone could create 6 to 7 million new jobs, mainly in rural and semi-urban Indias. Third, mobility. Indian IT professionals, engineers, healthcare workers, and students now get easier access to Europe, including post-study work options. And fourth, China plus one. European companies looking to reduce dependence on China now see India as a trusted manufacturing alternative. For Indian consumers, this is a luxury windfall. Import duty on European cars from companies like Mercedes and BMW fall from 1 to 10 to 40% immediately and eventually 10%. Even chocolate, olive oil, and wines get cheaper. But there's a price to sell in Europe. Indian companies must meet strict climate and labor rules under policies like the Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism. For MSMEs, compliance cost rise, but the upside is global credibility. Once you meet UV standard, you can sell anywhere. This is not a trade deal, it is a strategic reset pushing India up the global value chain. The real question is not whether this deal is big, but whether India can fully seize the moment.